Do you exist?
Do I?
I'm asking you.
There's a very, very strong argument that none of us exist, that this is all a simulation.
Do you exist?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Okay.
I don't know, do I
What
exist?
part of the statement is not clear to you in the English language? Do, does, did, you, them, I, we, pronounce, exist, existence, non-existence. So which part of that statement, my question, is not clear to you? Do you exist? Then I can answer the question. Do you believe it's true?
No, I don't believe it's true.
Why don't you believe it's true?
Because I know that it's not true.
Okay, fine. So you have knowledge. So do I. So knowing that this is not true, but this is just some people giving, some kind of belief statement, we need to understand likewise when we say there is something called a concept called uncreated. And then asking who created the uncreated is a meaningless statement. It's like asking, okay.
But why? But why is it meaningless?
Because uncreated means, as a concept, there is no creator for that thing.
Yes.
Then asking who created this uncreated
but-
is meaningless statement.
But why?
Because of concept language. Logic and language, is logic part of our language?
Okay, let me pose this in another way. This group of people, who made them? Why are they here?
No.
No, but who made them?
Firstly, we're trying to...
If your answer is God, well, why is God not part of that question?
Firstly, you're trying to jump to the... later please. We're trying to jump to the answer at the end. I'm trying to give you some framework in which we can understand how to answer questions like this when they ask. When we have a concept, for example, true and false, right? Yeah? True and false. Can something be true and false at the same time? We would say no, because that's totally mutually exclusive. You can't have, for example, you can't say 1 + 1 is 2 and 1 + 1 is 3. Knowing what 1 is, knowing what additions is.
Well, we can, because your truth might not be my truth. And that's
Are you
different.
really think?
No, bear with me. There's lots of people that believe lots of different things. You got people that think the Earth is flat.
No. Do you think 1 means more than 1?
It might not
To
me.
you.
It might
To
to
you.
you.
To you.
No, it doesn't. But
Right.
That's obviously a mathematical equation which we
Right.
can prove.
So when you have 1 + 1 = 2, and somebody says 1 + 1 = 3, can they both be true?
Of course. Yeah, I can be pregnant and one.
Sorry?
I can be pregnant and 1 is 3.
Explain that to me, please. When you're pregnant, there's another one already new. So that's not 1 + 1, it's 1 + 1 and 1
Yes, but
inside
you're
you.
using a bad example, because mathematics is all formulas. Everything can be proven through the workings out. That's why maths works.
So basically, in this...
But life is not mathematics.
So in reality...
So what I'm saying is that your truth,
Okay.
so your religion,
Okay.
is your truth.
Okay, let me ask-
But to me, it's not my truth.
Am I talking about religion now?
Well, yes, the whole discussion is.
That's the problem, perhaps, because you're automatically thinking that there's a... I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about framework,
Yes,
principles,
but where did we,
axioms.
How have we got here? We got here
We
because
will.
we're
No, no.
talking
We
about
will.
creator.
We will talk about that. To answer the question about who created God requires understanding the very basics first. If you are 100% truth in something, can you be 5% wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
One second, please. Let's not muddy this water.
If, for example,
If-
you're 100% certain that bus is red, can it be pink 5%?
Yes.
Because
my eyes might see differently to your eyes. We have something called being colorblind. So people see things differently. Someone's truth is not the same as everyone else's truth. This is what I'm saying. And with science, at least, it might show that an answer is true, but it's always questioning itself. And sometimes they turn around and the science changes and they say, actually, we realized this is wrong.
you're actually talking about something that I'm not even talking about. I'm not talking about the shades. I'm talking about if you're 100% true and certain, do you exist?
Do I?
I'm asking you.
There's a very, very strong argument that none of us exist, that this is all a simulation.
Do you exist?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Okay.
I don't know, do I
What
exist?
part of the statement is not clear to you in the English language? Do, does, did, you, them, I, we, pronounce, exist, existence, non-existence. So which part of that statement, my question, is not clear to you? Do you exist? Then I can answer the question.
Well, instead of being patronizing,
I'm not patronizing it.
patronising
No, I'm
me.
not. I'm not. Don't be offended. Don't be offended. Because the moment people say, "What do you mean by that?"
Okay, I'll put it back to you and you can give me your answer.
Yeah.
Do you exist?
I do.
How do you know? Okay.
Did you feel anything?
Yes, but
Wait.
could you be having
Wait a second.
a dream?
Wait a
and
second.
could it feel?
Wait. If I didn't exist, meaning I was non-existence whatsoever, I was no atoms, no electrons, no quarks, heptons, leptons, gluons, bosons. I was nothing whatsoever. No space-time continuity. I was not a black hole. I was not quantum fluctuations. I was not matter. I was not energy. I was not time. I was not space. If I was totally non-existence, would you have felt that?
How do you know that's real?
Would you have felt it? My question.
I felt it.
You felt it.
But how do you know what you're feeling is real?
Wait, I'm asking you. This is my question to you. If I was totally non-existence, would you have felt it?
But you're assuming that I am real.
No. Would you have felt it? It's a logical question. Would you have felt it if I was totally non-existence?
You're assuming.
And I apologize for pushing you.
You are assuming all of these things are real.
No. I'm simply asking you. If I didn't exist at all, and I defined how can I exist? I can exist as matter, space, time, fluctuations, quantum fields, gravity.
How do you know that you are real and any of that exists? You don't.
Suppose I don't exist, right? That's what I'm asking. If I didn't exist, would you have felt it? That push.
Pushing me does not prove your existence or my existence.
So if I didn't exist,
Why did you move?
why did you move? Thank you. It's hard, isn't it? When confronted with real facts.
No. Because I'm not buying any of this. Pushing me
Okay,
doesn't prove I exist.
why did you move?
Pushing you, everything here, everything could be in your head.
No. Why did you move? Next question.
I moved because you pushed me.
But I don't exist.
Well, what's the point you're making? Maybe you don't exist.
Yeah, so why did you move?
If he doesn't exist, then you should not have moved.
But this is what I'm saying. Maybe I don't exist. Maybe
Then you
everything.
would not move.
Yes, I would. I'd be in his head. If all of this was, if you
If
was
you
in a
didn't
coma,
exist, you wouldn't have moved.
if you were in a coma and you were dreaming all of this,
Look,
you'd be doing all this in your
you know-
head, but you wouldn't be doing any of
Look,
it in real life.
I could have done something worse, right? I only pushed you. If I had punched you, you'd have punched me back. You'd be punching back to something non-existence, wouldn't you? Imagine I punched you. I hit you so hard, and I swear at you, I called you something very wicked, something very vulgar about your mother, about your girlfriend, about your wife, about your whatever. You would be hitting back something that doesn't exist?
You're missing the point.
Maybe I am.
I can't.
Maybe
I
I
can't
am.
get through to you
But-
because
no, look,
you're too.
maybe
close.
I am.
You're
But-
too close to the
but-
fact that there's always another question.
But the
So you're
problem,
using this as proof
the
that
problem
I
is-
exist and that you
okay.
exist, but it doesn't prove anything.
look, the lady next to you doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Yeah? You don't exist.
she might not.
You don't exist at all.
She might not. What are you basing
No,
your
not
existence
might,
on?
not might. She doesn't exist. Can you prove that she exists? I say she doesn't exist at all.
No, I can't.
So you can't prove that she exists.
I can't prove that she exists. I can't prove that you exist.
Yeah.
No one here. I can't prove that any of this exists.
Yeah.
So, this is why,
So-
going all the way back to the beginning,
Okay.
this is why I can't have faith, because I cannot
Sure.
prove, personally, that anything exists, and I'm not going to accept anything else
Right.
as a reason for its existence.
You know what?
So, I take it all as it is, and I
Okay.
try and enjoy it.
Okay, fine. I agree with you on one thing,
Your state-
brother. Sorry. I agree with one thing. I would request all these cameramans to make me disappear from your cameras, and you will see that in the camera, this gentleman is speaking to himself, being pushed, being spoken to, being reasoned with, and then he will say, "Yeah, I came to Speaker's Corner, and I was just speaking to myself."
Well,
should we do that?
There's a lot of people out there that do speak to themselves.
Or when you watch the videos again, you will say, "That guy didn't exist. I just reacted like that. I didn't hear anything." These are all projections in people's minds.
Okay.
Is that what you say, right?
So I urge you to look up later, go on the internet. I don't personally believe it, but it is a very strongly held opinion by lots of top academics and scientists that there's a strong case for everything being a simulation. Everything.
Yeah,
Nothing
including you,
here
no?
exists,
Yeah.
including me.
Yeah, I
So
don't
who
buy.
did the simulation? Who created the
Well,
simulation?
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm using it as
Was
an
there a
example.
creator of the simulation?
Well, exactly.
Or did the
Brother,
simulation
just one
come
second.
into being?
Brother, one second. If it's all a simulation, there is no such thing as a top academic. They don't exist either.
Yeah,
So, hang on,
let me
no,
just answer his
no.
question.
Wait
Let
a
me
second.
answer his
You can
question.
answer. Imagine this is all simulation. That means the top academic doesn't exist. So I am not going to
Argue.
for and even read books or go into the internet for people who don't even exist.
Exactly.
What are you
If
asking
they're
me
a
to?
simulation,
Yeah.
then those academics are a simulation as
Yeah.
well. So they don't exist.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
We
So
can't prove existence.
what does that question ask then? So what are you asking at the end of that? Who made the simulation?
What I'm saying is, your genetic code
Yes.
is very complex, isn't it? It's more complex than any other book
Yeah.
that's been written.
Yeah.
As is hers, as is his, as is his, as is that blade of grass, that tree. Can you not see that some intelligent being had to be behind
Okay, because
all of that creation?
Because that very question, I want you to hold on to that because that's my whole point.
How
is
can you
that-
hold? You don't exist. No.
You
Look,
bring-
turn around. He doesn't exist.
You see, this is.
You shouldn't feel anything.
This is it.
Brother, one second. Hold it like that. You should not feel anything.
If you're going
He
to be
doesn't
silly,
exist.
if you're going to be silly, we can't
Silly?
debate. We can't debate.
You think this is silly? He doesn't exist. How can you debate when he doesn't exist? Brother, you don't exist. Neither do you. Take care. You take care because you don't exist. Okay? Take care. How can I shake hands with someone who doesn't exist? How can I shake hands with someone who doesn't exist?
I just touched it.